So ticks are spread around the world, they're distributed around the world, and they transmit a wide array of parasites and pathogens, bacteria, viruses, protozoa, and they transmit those when they're blood feeding, and they can transmit them to humans or to animals. And we're now learning has potentially a very important role in immune responses or allergic reactions.
I was at work and I fainted, and my co-workers called the ambulance, and they came and the EMTs got there. My blood pressure and my blood sugar was very low. So we started pushing the fluids and electrolytes and that sort of thing, and I kept having these fainting spells. And I said, well, you know, in April I found a tick on me. I live in southern Indiana. I play golf, I mow my own yard, I weed eat. I find ticks on me all the time. And then on Monday, I got a phone call from Dr. Martin's office that the first of the tests had come back and it was Rocky Mountain spotted fever and it was positive. And I started crying. And I said, am I gonna die? And no, you know, it's treatable and you're already on the medicine to treat it with. So, you know, we're starting to get some answers. This is a good thing. She called me the next day, Dr. Martin did, and said, I need you to come in, we need to talk about some things. So we went in, and the Lyme's disease had come back and it was a low positive. And I said, okay, so I've got 2 tick diseases, how many more are there? And she said, well, we did a total of like 8. And I said, could I have more? And she said, you could have all 8 of them. And then my test came back and she called and she said, you have a disease called alpha-gal. And it's, you know, what on earth is that? And she said, it's a tick disease. It's not really well known, but when the tick bites you, it makes you allergic to mammal meat and mammal products. It's leveled off now, and since I know what I can consume, I'm not fainting anymore, I'm not feeling weird anymore. Eating out and buying products is very difficult now. And being in Indiana, I mean, when you think about agricultural studies and top brains of the world, you think of Purdue University. So I contacted my local Purdue Extension agent and said, I've got this going on. Who at Purdue should I contact?
And so we know that ticks can introduce bacteria and parasites, but what we're also understanding now is that they can introduce other factors. What we don't know is really how ticks do this, and we don't know what the interplay is between the infectious agents and the other factors that they introduce, and how that then affects the human immune response. But we know that we need to be working at that intersection in order to better advance the science and find new strategies for controlling infectious diseases and immunological responses. So very recently there has been a significant accomplishment or achievement in the field of tick research, and that is the sequencing of the first tick genome. Recently the National Institutes of Health funded a project to sequence, assemble and analyse a genome of a tick. And the tick that they chose to focus on was Ixodes scapularis. This is the Lyme disease tick. It's a very important vector of at least 4 diseases that we know of in the United States. It was a 10-year project involving hundreds of scientists from all around the world, and it took a lot of funding and a lot of effort to get the project off the ground and also to bring the project to completion. It was an effort led by Purdue and involved large groups of scientists around the world. And we found roughly 20,000 genes. So now we have the blueprint, I guess you could say, for working out or deciphering how a tick works. So understanding all of the proteins that it makes and analysing its genetic code to understand exactly how a tick functions and to better understand its biology. It gives us the tools to better understand how ticks acquire and transmit so many different pathogens. And the second thing that the Genome Project does is gives us a whole list of genes, and many of those genes are actually unique to the tick, and so we can look at ways that we could design highly specific strategies, targeted designer strategies if you like, to very specifically control ticks and nothing else. And we feel that the Genome Project is a significant advance for the field because it gives scientists around the world a very large number of genetic, genomic, molecular resources that we can all analyse and interrogate so that we can help move faster from a basic understanding of ticks to translating that into products for diagnosis and control of disease.